You probably don't think about your phone bill until the charge hits and your stomach does that tiny flinch. $40, $60, $100+ for the same calls, texts, and a data plan you don't fully use. Tonight, we're going to do something wildly unexciting and wildly effective. Switch you to a cheaper plan without losing the stuff you actually need. The goal is simple. Save around $40 a month, which is nearly $500 a year, and redirect that money to something that compounds instead of evaporates. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what plan fits your real usage, how to test coverage, how to port your number without drama, and which hidden gotchas to avoid so the cheap plan stays cheap. Start with reality, not vibes. Pull up your last 3 to 6 months of bills or your carrier app's usage history. Write down 3 numbers: average data per month, peak month data, and minutes/texts. Most people discover they use far less data than they think, maybe 3 to 8 gigabytes, with occasional spikes. If you're always on Wi-Fi at home, work, or school, your cellular usage may be tiny. If you tether a laptop, stream in HD on the bus, or do gig work with navigation, you'll need more headroom. This little snapshot is your plan guardrail. Buy for your peak, not your guess. Now test the only thing that truly matters after price: coverage where you live your life. Fancy maps can mislead, your pockets can't. Make a quick triangle: home, work, or school, and your 2 most common weekend spots. Ask friends or co-workers on different networks who has bars in your living room. If your current network is fine in that triangle, great, you can switch to a cheaper plan on the same network. If it's flaky, prioritize a network that's strong in your triangle, even if a plan looks slightly pricier. Dropped calls are expensive in a different way. Know the players. In many countries, there are a few major networks that own the towers, and then there are mobile virtual network operators, MVNOs, that rent tower access and sell cheaper plans. Same airwaves, different price. The trade-off is usually customer service queues and network priority. During congestion, the main carrier may serve its own customers first and MVNO users next. That's called deprioritization. It can mean your speed's slow at crowded stadiums or rush hour downtown. If your life rarely hits congestion, you'll never notice. If you do, choose a plan that mentions priority data, or pick a post-paid plan with a small bucket of high-priority data before deprioritization kicks in. Decide on data style: truly unlimited, high cap, or pay-as-you-go. Unlimited usually isn't truly unlimited. It's a bucket of full-speed data, say 20 to 50 gigabytes, then slower speeds after. Many limited plans at 5 to 15 gigabytes are effectively unlimited for normal use if you connect to Wi-Fi. If you stream video on mobile a lot, look for whether the plan caps streaming resolution to 480p and whether hotspot is included. Hotspot rules vary widely. Some plans include a few gigabytes, some allow unlimited hotspot at 3G speeds, and some ban it. If you road trip with a laptop, pick a plan with explicit hotspot allowance. Check the sneaky stuff that turns cheap into not cheap. Taxes and fees. Some providers advertise $25 and then add $10 of mystery fees at checkout. Others say $25 all in, which means taxes and regulatory fees are included. International travel. Some plans include basic roaming in neighboring countries or cheap day passes. Others charge a fortune. If you travel occasionally, a plan with reasonable day passes beats bill shock. eSIM trials. A handful of carriers and MVNOs let you run a free trial directly on your phone via eSIM while keeping your current line active. That's the easiest way to test coverage and speeds in your life triangle without swapping cards or risking your number. If your phone supports eSIM, use it to audition 2 networks back-to-back for a few days each. Avoid device shackles if you can. Carriers love bundling a free phone with a 3-year contract that locks you into a higher bill than you need. The frugal move is to keep your current phone until it dies, then buy an unlocked model you can take anywhere. If you're currently financing a phone with your carrier, check the payoff amount and whether unlocking is possible after payoff. You can still switch your plan to a cheaper sub-brand of the same network while you finish payments. Just confirm you won't lose any needed features, like Wi-Fi calling or visual voicemail. Here's a crisp decision tree. If your current network works, step down to a cheaper plan on that same network through the carrier's discount brand or an MVNO using it. If you're unsure, run an eSIM trial with a second network for 3 days and compare. Choose the plan with enough high-speed data for your peak month plus 25% buffer, hotspot allowance that matches your usage, Wi-Fi calling support for dead zones in buildings, taxes included if you hate surprises, and reasonable international options if you travel. Family and group plans can cut prices further. Even if you live alone, some providers let you join a group plan with roommates or friends as separate payers to unlock multi-line discounts while keeping billing separate in the app. The frugal rule is simple. Multi-line is worth it if each person pays less than their best solo plan and everyone agrees in writing how to handle drops. If your household's current total is 3 lines at $75 each and you can move to a 4-line plan at $25 each, that's an instant $100+ a month back to the group. Build a tiny shared note with who pays what and renewal dates to protect friendships. Porting your number is less scary than it sounds if you do it in the right order. First, make sure your phone is unlocked. Second, get your current account number and port out PIN from your carrier. Don't cancel yet. You need the line active to port. Third, sign up with the new provider and give them that info. Fourth, when they complete the port, usually within minutes to a day, your old line auto-cancels. Watch for prorated credits and the final bill. Keep both SIMs for a week in case you need to troubleshoot. If you rely on two-factor authentication by text for banking, update those numbers after the port completes to avoid login surprises. Let's talk about finding your $40. Start with a baseline. If you're paying $85 all in today and you move to a $45 all-in plan that matches your triangle coverage and your data needs, that's $40 a month saved. If you're at $60 and move to $25 with a credible MVNO, that's $35. Add a second move. Group a partner's line for a multi-line discount and you might both save another $20 apiece. The most common savings stack is a smaller data plan that actually fits, an MVNO on the same network, and a multi-line discount. That trio is where the $40 a month lives. To make sure the savings stick, set 2 guardrails. First, put your new bill date on your calendar with the words check taxes/fees for the first 2 cycles, then quarterly. If it creeps, chat support and ask why. Sometimes promotional credits expire and can be renewed if you ask. Second, redirect the savings automatically. If you save $40 a month, increase your auto-invest or debt overpayment by $40 the same day your new plan goes live. Money you don't see is money you don't spend. In 12 months, that's nearly $500 redirected to your goals. There are 3 common pitfalls to avoid. 1. Assuming unlimited means unlimited everything. It rarely includes unlimited high-speed hotspot or high-resolution streaming. Read the details. 2. Chasing the absolute rock-bottom plan and then hating deprioritized speeds in a crowded city center. If you commute through congestion, pay a few dollars more for some priority data. 3. Forgetting voicemail and Wi-Fi calling. Some ultra-budget plans skimp on features. Make sure the basics you rely on are supported on your phone model. A few pro moves can make the transition smooth. If your phone supports dual eSIM or eSIM plus physical SIM, run your current carrier and trial line simultaneously for a week to compare speeds and call quality where you live and work. If you find dead spots on one network, switch your default line for data to the other on the fly during the test. Download offline maps for your city before porting, just in case you need navigation in a coverage dip while things switch. Turn on Wi-Fi calling and try it at home to see if your calls improve indoors. Many carriers support it by default, but leave it off on the handset. And if you travel internationally once or twice a year, consider keeping your budget domestic plan and buying a local eSIM day pass when you land. It's often cheaper and faster than roaming. If you manage a family's phones, standardize the setup so support is easy. Same platform where possible, same password manager and the same plan features so you don't have to remember who has hotspot or international. Keep a one-page cheat sheet with each device's IMEI, SIAM, ESIM details and the account pins in your password manager. When a kid drops a phone in a pool, you'll be glad you can spin up a replacement eSIM in minutes. Let's put this into a simple evening plan you can follow right after this video. First, check your average and peak monthly data in your current app and write the numbers down. Second, list the 3 places you need coverage most and note which network works best there, based on your own experience or the people you live and work with. Third, pick 2 candidate plans that fit your data and coverage. One MVNO on your current network and one on a different network. And, if you can, run an eSIM trial for each over the next week. Fourth, choose the winner based on price, coverage in your triangle, hotspot rules and whether taxes are included. Fifth, grab your account number and port out PIN, sign up with the new provider and port your number. Sixth, set an auto transfer for the exact savings, $40 is the target, into your emergency fund, debt payoff or index fund contribution. Seventh, calendar, a reminder the day before your trial or promo ends and another in 90 days to recheck for creeping fees. A year from now, you'll barely think about your phone plan, except when you notice your investments or savings are larger by a simple $500. You didn't get that by hacking. You got it by picking the plan that matches your life instead of your imagination and by letting automation do the rest. Keep your phone longer, pay for the coverage you actually use, and stop renting status from a bill you never see. This is Compound State, where boring switches buy you freedom. If you make the move, tell me your old bill, your new bill, and where you're sending the savings. Then set the auto transfer before the next notification steals it back.